Very nice of them. Sort of a respite from the severe weather here, huh?
Mother Nature has been toying with my sanity for the last 4 days. 4 days in a row of severe weather. And even though June is prime time for severe weather, that is very, very unusual.
But today was easy for you. I peeked into the weather office. There you were with your feet up, taking a snooze. I saw you.
It was just a little snooze.
All right.
10, 15 minutes. All right, it was 30 minutes. All right, an hour.
Okay.
This will probably go down to the record books as the year of the tornado. During a typical year nationwide, we see about 950 twisters. Already, we've seen about 700 nationwide, with much of the tornado season still left to go. Everybody asks why, and the greenhouse effect may have something to do with it. It's just a theory that I have, and we'll talk more about that tonight at 10, but this spat of tornadoes may be the first sign, the first signal of this warm-up that everybody has been talking about over the past few years. More on that tonight at 10.
Quickly, though, that is a warm-up of the Earth's atmosphere,
exactly.
The whole thing, right?
Caused by the burning of fossil fuels, and this may have an unpleasant side effect of increasing the winds and increasing the threat of tornadoes. And we'll tell you more about that at 10 o'clock. Speaking of greenhouses, your sprinkler, your watering cans may be collecting dust and cobwebs this month. June typically is the wettest month of the year, and this June has already turned out to be horrendously wet. Last night, we saw 2.91 inches of rain officially in the Twin Cities, with as much as 5 inches unofficially north and west of the cities. Now, that means we've already seen over 5 inches of rain for the month. During a typical June, the whole month, we only see 4 inches of rain. The record, 11.7 inches of rain set back in 1874. We're still a good ways off from the record, but as you can see, with only 8 days so far of June underway, we've already broken the normal June rainfall, and there is more rain on the way over the weekend. First off, you may want to tie down your garbage cans, any small foreign cars in your driveway. Those winds are still gusting up to about 40 miles an hour. The good news is the winds will be diminishing. Later on tonight, skies will be clearing, and tomorrow morning looks nice. After that, the weather goes downhill in a hurry. Earlier today in our backyard, enough sunshine for a high of 75 after a low of 63, 300ths of an inch of rainfall, and there's your sunrise and sunset. In the backyard right now, partly sunny and 73, a southwest wind at 23, gusting up to 38. The dew point 59, the humidity 62%, and the barometer 2968, and it's on the rise. Incidentally, yesterday as that storm went right over us, we had one of the lowest June barometers on record. Chances are it went right off your scale. This is a very, very unusual pattern for June, more typical of March or April. Lows around the nation this morning, 70s over the middle Mississippi Valley, 30s over the central Rockies and the Pacific Northwest. The greater the extreme in temperature, the stronger the jet stream winds, and the greater the potential for tornadoes. And yesterday, at least 50 twisters skipped through the central plains and the upper Midwest, all the way from Kansas into southern Minnesota. The threat of severe weather has now shifted eastward, and we don't see any more chances of severe weather before Sunday afternoon at the earliest. Right now, temperature-wise around the upper Midwest, 84 degrees in Chicago, 73 in the Twin Cities, only 62 in Dickinson, 61 right now in Grand Forks, 58, a meager 58 in Thief River Falls. That superstorm that spawned all those tornadoes was able to suck much cooler Canadian air southward, and as a result, it feels just a bit like fall across northern Minnesota at this hour. Winds last hour gusting up to 43 miles an hour in Duluth and Rochester. 34 miles an hour in the Twin Cities. These harsh winds out of the southwest will gradually begin to diminish as that storm, which is now north of the Arrowhead, continues to lift northward. Unfortunately, over the weekend, we are going to be perched right underneath the jet stream, right under the storm track. The upper level winds will carve out a strong trough of low pressure over the Rockies, and the result is going to be an atmospheric tug of war between warm, sticky air over the deep south and cool, clean air over Canada. The result could be up to an inch of rain here from late tomorrow right through Sunday. Right now, Sunday looks like the wetter day of the weekend. Flash flood watches in effect for much of Iowa. Yesterday, 10 inches of rain near St. Joseph, along with all the tornado problems. They're forecasting more snow over the mountains of Colorado. There could be enough to cause some problems above 6,000 feet. More flooding problems over portions of Utah. Meanwhile, the heat wave sizzles on in the east. 97 today in Boston, 96 in Hartford, 96 degrees Atlantic City. Summer well underway across much of the east. On the satellite photograph, lots of clouds across northern Minnesota in response to that strong storm, which is now lifting northward into Ontario. Behind the storm, it's exhaling very chilly air, but thankfully the storm is lifting northward rapidly, and our skies will clear out later tonight. Tomorrow is going to start out sunny, but we're concerned about moisture surging northward ahead of a storm system which is now located over Texas. And that storm system is going to be spreading rain northward into Minnesota, and we could see rain anytime after 4 tomorrow afternoon, becoming heavy by Sunday. Here is the 11 outlook for tonight then. Clearing skies with diminishing winds, 56 to 61 degrees. And then tomorrow, a bright and promising start, but clouds increasing, showers possible late afternoon, likely tomorrow night, a high in the mid to upper 70s. Tomorrow, the nicer day of the weekend. Sunday looks painfully wet with thunder. Some of the storms could be severe, windy with a high of 70. Cooling off behind the storm, a leftover shower on Monday, and then Tuesday looks nice. In fact, the latter half of next week looks nice with temperatures warming back up into the 70s. Paul and Diana, that will do it from the backyard. Considerable improvement over yesterday at this time, I must say.
It really is. And if I'm going to mow, I'm going to have to do it in the morning, right?
That's right. Tomorrow morning,
thing.
plan your activities, if at all possible, for tomorrow morning. The earlier in the day you plan them, the nicer the weather.
I'm inviting you and Diana to come over and help me trim.
Sounds like good fun.
We'll give
Paul.
the leftover grass clippings to Ryder is what we'll do. Thanks, Paul.
Okay.
As we reported at the top of the newscast, that